Hi everybody, it's me Ash and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and want to see more crafty related videos or updates on my health, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and choose your preference on how you'd like YouTube to notify you of my videos. So today is going to be absolutely no crafty video whatsoever. It is a update on my health, my surgery, how things are going, what I'm taking, what my surgery actually looked like. Even if you are under the age of 18, you have to leave now because I will be showing my scars and one of my incisions, and I will be giving you guys my weight. So we're just gonna go ahead and go in this. So those of you who are new here, I recently had gastric bypass done on August 25th. Sorry, brain fart. Today is September 23rd, so I'm just a couple days shy of 1 month post-op. And I just kind of wanted to go through everything that I experienced with you guys, those who are looking into it, those who have been my supporters here and stuff like that, kind of like what's going on with my life and how it's going for me. So 2 days until exactly 1 month post-op. A lot of people are like, well, what's the difference between the Roux-en-Y and the sleeve? And I'm going to show you guys that here in just a second. As for right now, I am feeling pretty amazing. I have energy. Eating has been okay. There has been some rough spots. So in the beginning of my surgery, so the week before surgery, I had to do what was called an OptiFast diet, which is a pre-made like meal plan that they make that you buy from them. And I shortly found out after spending $140 on this meal plan that it was not going to work with me. It made me absolutely sick to my stomach. And I noticed that my protein shakes had more protein in it than their protein shakes, so I just stuck to pretty much like a liquid diet with the protein shakes, the water, the broth, the jello, the egg salad type, really thin texture. And that is to make my liver shrink out of the way of the surgery. So I had that a week before surgery. The night before was absolutely nothing but clear liquids. So water, Pedialyte, jello, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So I was scheduled on August 25th to come in at 5:30 in the morning. So me and my dad packed up and left here around 4:30 in the morning. We got there, they did our temperature and everything like that, and we sat in a waiting room, I think maybe for 20 minutes to a half hour. They called us back to another room where I had to take pregnancy tests, which I am not even close to being pregnant. I am fixed and have been fixed for 5 years now. I take a pregnancy test. They had to give me a heparin shot in my belly, which caused, if you don't know what heparin is, it makes sure that you don't have blood clots, because that is a risk of the surgery, is blood clots. I had my IV. They gave me an antacid and my cats are going, an anxiety medication through my IV. Went through a bunch of a list of things, you know, my height, my weight, my person who would be making all the decisions if something went wrong, which obviously was my dad, that's why he was there. What else? My blood pressure, my temperature again, my medications list, because I was on a couple medications before surgery. Nothing to do with like that was really extravagant for my medical record. I am a completely healthy 30-year-old woman. I do have sleep apnea, but the only reason why I have it is because my mom didn't have my tonsils removed when she was supposed to, and they are severely abnormally large, which I think a year after this surgery, my physician said that we can talk about having those removed and I don't have to worry about the sleep apnea machine anymore, which I really don't use except for every once in a while. I know, shame on me, bad, but I cannot sleep with that thing. It makes it worse. Let's see here, what else? Just kind of went over what the procedure was going to be, what to expect afterwards and so forth. So went in for surgery. The surgery, I think my dad said, was a little bit longer than what it was supposed to. But they had a little board on the screen for him, and I had like a little ID number that he could track to see where I was at in the surgery. Got back to the recovery room. I was still pretty out of it. I only remember my dad saying, okay, you're good. I'm gonna go ahead and go home, and I'll see you or talk to you later, kind of ordeal. And I said that's fine because I was just gonna sleep. My dad drove 24 hours to here to Ohio all the way through to stay with me, and I'm so grateful of that. But I didn't need him to be there while I slept. They had his phone number in case something was to happen, so I didn't need him there while I was sleeping. So after surgery, I was not allowed to have any food or water whatsoever. I was allowed to take these little sponges and dip them in ice water and wipe them on my lips, my tongue, my cheeks, and that is it. I wasn't even allowed to suck on ice or anything like that. For pain, when I came out, I wasn't in any pain because they did give me a nerve block, which I'm still struggling with my nerve block today, and I'll explain that a little later. And I'm gonna talk to my doctor in a week. I go see him on the 30th to see if, because I haven't gotten feeling back in a certain area, if it will come back or if it's just gonna be permanently like that. I don't know. That's a question I have for my doctor. I had a nerve block done during surgery. I had an IV with morphine, and then they were giving me Percocets. Yeah, through the IV. I was only allowed to have medication at the time through the IV. Around 9 o'clock, I got up and I got dressed into my pajamas because I don't like wearing hospital gowns, and I knew that they had to have me up and walking to prevent blood clots as well. So I got up, I got dressed, I asked the nurse if I can go for a walk. She unhooked everything and we went for a walk in the hallway. At that time, I was still pretty hunched over. I do wear a binder here and there. It's a medical bariatric binder. It's kind of like a waist trainer in a way, but it's just Velcro and it wraps around you and just keeps everything tight and doesn't move. So we walked down one way and then back and then down that way and then back because I didn't know how far I was going to be able to make it with not being able to fully inflate my lungs at the time because of where the surgery was. It does, when you breathe, put pressure on those incisions. So that and pain level, you know, I just wanted to take it easy that first night. Next day, I was able to have clear fluids every 30 minutes, 1 ounce. So that first sip of water, except for when I took my meds, this is when I started taking my meds. So that was an extra ounce of water I was allowed to have, and it was so exciting just for the meds to come in so I can have that extra ounce. But 1 ounce of water every 30 minutes, and there was a chart that every time I took that ounce, I had to mark it down. Those consisted of just, I think, water. No, I was allowed to have, they brought me a lunch tray because that's the time that my mom came to visit and she had lunch with me. They brought me a lunch tray, and on that lunch tray they had an apple juice, they had a sugar-free Jello, they had a decaf and sugar-free tea, and this chicken broth. Well, I wanted that chicken broth more than life itself, and it was delicious. And I know it's weird to say hospital food is delicious, but that chicken broth was amazing, and I was very disappointed when I came home to the chicken broth that I had here. Everything went well. I didn't get sick. I didn't get nauseous. I limited myself through my pain medication. At this time, they were giving me Tramadol and morphine through the IV, and then Percocets by mouth. I tried to lay off on the Tramadol and the Percocets as much as possible because I do not like taking pain meds, and morphine does me in pretty good. So, and then also I started having to get 2 shots of heparin in my thigh because it was abdominal surgery, so they were not allowed to give it to me in my abdomen anymore. So they had to give it to me in my thigh, which my entire leg was bruised, as you can see in my past video of my update, what that looked like. And I also had a very large bruise on the lower part of my stomach from the very first heparin shot that they gave me before surgery. And then the next day, which was the day I got to go home, I had to do 1 ounce of water every 15 minutes. That was the hardest thing, was to make sure that I drank every 15 minutes. It was easy to do it every half hour, but not every 15 minutes. I don't know why. You would think I'd be more thirsty and excited. Luckily, my dad was there, and he's like, hey, it's this time. Hey, it's this time. Don't you need to drink this? You know, type ordeal. So luckily, he was here to kind of keep me up and remind me of that. I was released from the hospital. We drove home. It's about a 45-minute to an hour drive. It was pretty painless. I had my dad bring a pillow with him to pick me up, and I kind of just put that around my stomach with my binder, and it wasn't too bad. It was a good drive home. I got home, walked around, did everything that I was supposed to, and I was good that day. It was the following day that I felt like death. That's when the pain really set in, and some of the nerve block went away, and I walked as much as I possibly could withstand during the pain, and that lasted for about a week after surgery, 5 days, and then I was okay. At my 1 week, so when I came home, I was also on a all liquid diet, so anything liquid, protein shakes, milk, water, which was my go-to thing, and chicken broth. I think those are the only things that I stuck with. My first week appointment, I was upped to pureed food. I know, that sounds a little triggering. It is. It's very triggering, actually. I stuck to pureed chili. I got up, I made my family chili, and then I put mine in the blender, and then I put it in the refrigerator, and I was only allowed to have a 1/4 cup of food, which I keep my 1/4 cup with me because that's pretty much still what my body will let me intake. And if you don't know what a 1/4 cup of food is, this is what it looks like, this little small thing. That is what my stomach can withstand. If I go over, I get violently sick. And then 10 days passed, and I get to be on soft foods. So soft foods are just anything soft, like egg salad, tuna. I'm trying to think of things that I've eaten. I get the veggie straw chips that just kind of melt in your mouth. Sorry, the dog is in the cage because it's bedtime and she's whining. What else? Today I made tacos and just ate the meat and cheese. Just stuff that is easier to chew up. I made a veggie pasta, broccoli Alfredo, and that settled really well. I have come to realize that my body is not happy when it comes to meat. There has been several times where I have vomited because of trying meat. So the meat that I cannot eat at this moment, the doctor says it will get better throughout the time. My body will start getting used to it more. The meat that I cannot eat is ham. No go to ham. That, after 3 bites, it instantly comes right back up. And I don't take very big bites. I have to take extremely small bites. So 3 tiny bites, my stomach, I get this pain in my chest. It's like an air bubble, and I know I gotta get to the bathroom because I will vomit. Ham is one of those. Eggs. I cannot eat eggs anymore right now. I tried some scrambled eggs, not even a 1/4 cup, 3 small bites, back up it came. And tilapia. So far, as meats that I can keep down is chicken and seafood salad. So chicken salad, tuna, and seafood salad are the meats that I can keep down right now, which is absolutely perfect because they are high in protein. Like I said, I made tacos. It's first time trying beef products like hamburger, and I did notice that my stomach was, you know, not sure of it, but it did not make me puke. It just made me slow down and take even smaller bites and wait a minute in between chewing to take another one. So that is pretty much where we're at right now. On the 30th, I will be up to a regular diet. So I will be able to have leafy skin family, which is lettuce and then skins of any kind of fruit and vegetable type ordeal. So this is the first time I'm going to do this, but I'm going to show you my body on camera. And it's hard for me, honestly, but I want to show you what I look like. When I started this process, I am ashamed to say I was 270 pounds. And I'm going to weigh myself right here in front of you guys and tell you exactly how much I weigh today. So please don't mind, I do not have a bra on. It's bedtime. I have some shorts on. I'm in my pajamas, and that's how we're going to go. I'm going to show you my incisions right now. So this is what I look like. This is my body right here. So I have a belly, I have hips, I have boobs, I have a decent size butt, and so forth. I have big arms, and I have very thick thighs. My mom used to call me Betty Boop. Now when I started, sorry this is shaking, when I started this process, these were really tight on me, and would only come to here. I can actually pull these down much farther. My shorts in the process have got looser on my legs. Okay, so here is my stomach. These are what my incisions look like. So I have one here, which is closed. I had one here, which is now closed, one here, and one where my belly button ring is, and then I have one up here underneath my breast, and I had one over here on the side, which you can't even really see anymore. So right here is where the big one was. This was the one that I came home with the open incision. This was 2 inches long, and I stitch in each side. The reason why this is red around here is because I had an allergic reaction to my patches that I had to wear over top of it. I'm gonna go ahead and get closer. It is almost closed. It does not hurt to touch or anything like that. I did have some recent discomfort down here underneath it, about 2 inches down, and that was due to, of course I called my surgeon to talk to him. That was due to, I have 10 layers of internal tissues from this, and it goes through stomach muscles and fatty tissue and everything else. That feeling that I was feeling was the swelling going down and the stitches being pulled on the inside. So that only lasted almost a week, and now I don't feel that at all. I'm pretty good with my mobility. I'm able to walk. I'm able to bend down and pick up things. I'm able to twist and turn as of right now. So that is the body update of this. Now I'm going to go ahead and get on the scale, and I will tell you what I weigh today, which is not even 1 month post-op. Gotta let my scale figure. All right. I am 237.8. So I am well over, I'm 33 pounds down pretty much from 270. I am 30 something pounds down, maybe more, I don't know, something like that. So I'm gonna go in and kind of show you guys. I have this binder here, which is what they sent me home with, which has everything from the sun and back of everything about the surgery, my surgeon, his credentials, the diet, nutrition, the exercise, support groups, you know, that kind of stuff. So what my stomach looks like now is this right here. And let me see if I can find the before picture. Hold on. Okay, so a normal stomach looks like this right here, and that's what your intestines look like, right? Okay, cool. So your stomach is connected to your small intestines, your small is connected to your large, and so forth. My stomach now looks like this. This is what my actual stomach looks like right now. That is the size. And what they did is they cut a piece off my actual stomach, and my actual stomach is still inside me because it's still a working organ. So they just bypassed down a little bit into the small intestine to hook it up here, and then they bypassed this and hooked it up lower. And that is what my stomach looks like. It looks a little sketchy, looks a little crazy, but it's working for me. Let's see here, what else? Oh, me, as in, how do I feel with my well over 30-pound weight loss within a month? I feel, I don't know, I'm on the edge of everything. I don't see it, and I guess that's normal for weight loss patients, is we don't see it until we have a dramatic weight loss and side-by-side picture. I don't see it, but my dad says he sees it in my face. My husband says he sees it in my chest and legs. I don't see it whatsoever in my waist, but that again, that could be because of swelling. But I can tell with my clothes. My clothes, I am down a size. My pants that I wore before are falling off of me. I can feel in like my legging capris that the legs are very loose on me. And I can feel it with my bras. Now, a funny story is I bought a bra for my mom's wedding because I normally don't wear a regular bra. I haven't wore a regular bra in almost 5 years because I did breastfeed my last child. It was just easier to have a sports bra. So in my bras, I have noticed, like I said, I bought a bra for my mom's wedding, and it was the biggest one at Walmart I could find, and it took me and my niece to get me in it, and that was a struggle and took your breath away type ordeal. I now can put that bra on by myself and not have a problem, and it does not feel tight or uncomfortable on me, so I can feel it around in that area. And that's all I really have noticed. I still have a long way to go, and I am perfectly fine with that, and I'm learning more throughout it. Another part of the surgery is I cannot have sugars. We're allowed to have 15 grams of sugar per meal. I have not made it to that level of bravery to even try. I stay underneath 7 grams of sugar a day. And the only time I get my sugar is through my protein shake, which I try to have one every morning, because I have to keep maintaining my rapid weight loss. I have to have at least 50 grams of protein, and when you have a very small stomach, that is very hard to accomplish. My fluids, I'm good on those. Those I have to have at least 64 ounces, and I drink probably about 80. I will be on vitamins for the rest of my life to make sure that I don't go into malnutrition. So right now, the vitamins that I take are 2 Flintstone vitamins. Yes, I said that, children's Flintstone vitamins. I have to have 2 of them. They are extra iron that I will need, and a multivitamin. So 2 of those with a vitamin B12, and it's the one that dissolves underneath your tongue, because time release capsules will not work for me anymore. My body will not digest it anymore. So that's what I have in the morning. At noon, I will have an Actigol. An Actigol I will be taking for several months. It will not be for the rest of my life, but I will have to take it for several months to make sure that I can keep my gallbladder completely healthy during this rapid weight loss, because if my gallbladder goes bad, then I can have multi organ failure. So Actigol, a vitamin D3, which I am very deficient on. My mom calls me a vampire because of my vitamin deficiency. I get blisters that are weird in the summertime when I'm in the sun, and they itch. I don't know, it's weird. But I've taken that beforehand. I take that, and then I take a calcium, which is also a Tums. So the calcium will help with my bones, and it will also help with the acid reflux to stay away during this process of my stomach learning to digest again. In the evening, I take another calcium and a Prilosec, which is also another kind of heartburn, acid reflux medication. And then at night, I take another Actigol and calcium, which is Tums. So those are what I am on now. Once I am removed from the Prilosec, which will just be a couple months, I think it's 3 months for the Prilosec. In 3 months, I will go off of one of the Prilosec, and I can add another vitamin, which will be of my choice, like biotin or something like that. And then once I'm off the Actigol, then I'm done. So that is where I'm at this process. Now, I mentioned before, husband just came home from work. I mentioned before about the nerve block that I had. So the nerve block was supposed to wear off, I think, within a week, which most of it did, and I could start feeling my incisions more. But in some areas, I still cannot feel touch. So my husband thinks it's extremely weird. So that area is, I can feel touch here, I can feel touch here, but right here, I cannot feel that, or under my belly. So right here where this middle incision is, right here, I cannot feel touch here, and then under my belly, I cannot feel touch. So all around in this vicinity, I can still feel, except for in the middle, and I do not know if that sensation will come back or not. And it drove me absolutely bonkers because I was so itchy. I was so itchy from the adhesive from all the coverings, because I had steri strips also. I was so itchy from that whenever I went to itch, I couldn't satisfy that itch because I could not scratch it because I couldn't feel it. I would be scratching, but I wouldn't be able to feel it, and it drives me absolutely bonkers still to this day when it comes to me needing to itch in that center area. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this update. I hope I gave you guys enough information and a good update. I know my last one was super short and sweet and to the point, but I just kind of wanted to go over everything with you and where I am at. So yeah, that's my update, my 1 month post-op update. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.